Hey there guys, this is like I'm not even sure anymore, but today I'm going to be swapping out the GC automatic pedal assembly for a set of WRX manual pedal assembly. So some people said this is, a little bit difficult because of the bolt spacing on the clutch, but let's just get into it and we'll figure it out. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, which is kind of hard for you people to see, is to undo the throttle cable. Now, because I have my phone here on a tripod, it's pretty difficult. Maybe I'll try to move to the other side of the car. Alright, so it's probably pretty hard to see, but that's the best it's going to get, I think. So we're going to reach in, we're going to pull the throttle cable out and try to slide it out of this little grommet. There it is, that wasn't too hard. Now let's go ahead and remove the throttle cable itself. Alright, so repositioned. Let's get that throttle pedal out. There she is. Okay, now we can actually start to remove the entire pedal assembly itself. Now with a pair of pliers we can go back here, and there's a cotter pin holding the brake, whatever, piece. There's the cotter pin. There we go. Our little plastic piece. Now it's free. So we have, there's the clevis and the pin. Oh boy, these gloves make everything harder to work with. Alright, now we get these 4 bolts back here. There it is. The automatic pedal assembly is pretty simple compared to the manual one. Alright, now you can see the brake switches are definitely different. 2 pins versus 4 pins, so I'm gonna have to pause this, go get some wrenches, and we'll change those out real quick. Alright, here we are at the workbench. So let me reposition this a little bit. So here you see, it's we got 2 nuts that hold the switch on. You can see when I push the pedal down, the switch comes out. There's 2 14mm wrenches. There we go. Now, try to leave that top nut where it is and back off the bottom nut so you don't lose the pedal adjustment, the switch adjustment. There we go. You can see I tried to keep my initial adjustment. Come on, camera. Now let's do the same for the WRX pedals. Kind of works if I keep it in there. Now we'll take our GC switch, put it in the GD pedal assembly. Adjust the entire switch until it's at the desired position. Actually, should probably wait till the pedals are in the car before we adjust the switch, so I'm gonna stop, we'll change the camera, and we'll start putting the new pedals in the car. So, being this car wasn't automatic, it never came with a pedal assembly for a manual. So first thing we have to do is remove that little plug you see over there. This plug would, covers the hole for a clutch master cylinder, so we just pull that out. Oh, look at that. Now we got room for the clutch master, and the two studs that you see on the pedal assembly, they go right through those holes. Alright, so here it goes. I'm going to start putting in the pedal assembly. Now, note, I've never done this before. I have obviously done my forum readings and seen that sometimes it can be a pain, sometimes it's not, so we'll see how it goes. So that, I wouldn't say it's in 100%, but it's in most of the way. So I think I'm going to go back on the outside of the car and check and see how far those studs are through the holes. And look at that. See, there are the studs. Hard to see. You can see that the pedal assembly is not all the way against, but I think I'm going to try to butt the nuts up and just pull it in. Alright, well, before I, bolt the bolts onto that car, the nuts for the master, I figure I might as well pull the master out of my parts car just so I have the nuts, and so, the nuts don't go too far down on those threads. Now this is the car that I pulled the pedal assembly out of already, so there's no clevis pin connected on the master back there. So we'll just take these two nuts off. A little rust on those threads. Take those off and just take the master right out. So we jump here to the laundry room. It kind of was bugging me that this thing was so dirty. So I'm gonna do a quick cleaning on it. This stuff, no lie, this shit is the best shit for getting off dirt, oil. And it's got this nice whatever piece. It's already looking a lot better. Now we'll go outside, just dry these things off and install them on the car. Now we'll finish by giving these parts a quick blow job. After that quick cleanup, this part is looking almost new compared to how it looked before. So into the GC it goes. Alright, back at the car. Only a couple minutes later. So let's get back to installing our clutch master cylinder. this wrench is awesome since you don't actually need to turn it. You don't need to ratchet it to get it to tighten. You just turn the top handle. And I start slowly tightening the nut. Take a quick look at things and see how they are inside. Make sure everything's going smooth. Looks like it's going good so far. Bolt spacing is a little funky. Same thing up there. But you know, we'll see what we can do. See what happens. Okay, now that those two are pretty tight, I'm going to go back to the clutch master, finish tightening that up. Go back and check on the inside of the car, how close we are. So it looks like we are pretty much right where we want to be. Now I heard that's a problem with the GD pedal assembly. Holy crap, sorry guys. Is that this bolt hole will have fitment problems. These two though are pretty much right where you'd want them to be. So I'm going to try to bolt those in, see what we can do. Alright guys, so what you just missed out on was me pulling the pedal assembly out again and using a drill to round these holes out. So that's definitely what you should do before you start your pedal swap. Round out those holes. I know that one isn't as good as that one, but if you don't do that, then you're going to end up like me, pulling your pedal assembly out again to do it later. Alright guys, got those two bolts in. I probably could have ovaled them out a little more. It's definitely better to go more than less, but still got it. The next thing is, you know, reassembly. Put your clevis in, get the pin in, and then to adjust the brake pedal, the brake switch, I prefer to adjust it so the sooner you get a little bit off that pedal, not so much, but, you know, just a little pedal movement, you're throwing that switch. The same thing goes over here for the clutch. See, there's your clutch. And the best way to do it, same goes for the brake. So that when the pedal is pushed, there's always a little pressure holding the clutch master out. If you do it so they're even to each other when you slide the clevis through, then you're gonna have probably a hard time bleeding your master. You know, you always want a little bit of clutch movement. Not a lot to where you're losing on the button, but just enough so it's always putting a little outward pressure on this arm here. So the rest of this video is really just gonna be me buttoning it up, and I don't even know which way I was holding this, to be honest, from the beginning. So the rest of this is really just me buttoning it up. Obviously you see the whole dash is out, so I won't be going too far, but I hope this helped some of you people out there swap your GD pedal assembly into your GC, showing it's not that hard, but a little bit of customness, and you'll be good. Final note, the WRX I'm putting in this car is drive-by-wire, so the throttle cable up there will be removed, and I will be buying the iWire throttle pedal adapter bracket to bolt into those holes where the drive-by-wire pedal will go. Nice and simple, no throttle cable, none of that. So that's it. Thanks for watching.